All right, so here we have it, man. We got this DJ Academics, DJ Academics, speaking on hip hop pioneers being dirty and dusty or broke or something like that. But yo, check this out, man. So first we had the attack from Tariq Nasheed, right? We had that attack about Latinos, Spanish cats not being involved in the evolution of hip hop or the creation of hip hop or at their day one, right? Now we got this, right? Now we have another attack, right? And it's time to start striking back. But first, let me drop a little knowledge, man. Okay? Let me put it in a whole different perspective that a lot of other people missed, all right? And that some of you younger cats, some of you may have missed, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on. So as you can see, man, this is man Kirk State. I've been around for a minute, right? I've been up in there, you know what I'm saying, doing the DJ thing since the 80s, blah, 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 or all this, right? I was a kid back then, right? But still, I know where everything came from, you know what I'm saying? And I'm way older than academics, right? 15 years, something like that, 20 years, whatever, how old this cat is, right? So my perspective is like this, okay? He comes in the game further on down the line, right? He's got in the game where things were established where you could make a couple of dollars, you know what I'm saying? Whereas before, you had to, you know, be a little bit more on the corporate side, right? You couldn't sit at home and make your money, you know what I'm saying, in the hip hop industry. You had to really be out there. You had to do your own parties. You had to do this, do that. But see, this is one point perspective. Let me put this all in perspective before I get too far, right? DJ Academic is almost like distant old school artists that are broke or dusty or whatever you want to call it, right? It's like you going to college, right? To get this high earning bachelor's degree. Matter of fact, we're not even going to some PhD in some kind of science, right? You go to school, right? But what nobody's seen while you were at school, right? You put your hard work in to get there, right? But what nobody seen was your grandmother and grandfather 60 years ago coming in, working menial jobs, right? Okay. Then your parents come in, they got halfway decent jobs, right? They might have worked for the government, the local government or something like that. They might have made 30, 40,000. You see what I'm saying? Back in the 80s and 90s, right? And then, like I said, you got your grandparents who might have just was sweeping floors and elevator attendants and stuff like that, hotel, whatever you want to call it, right? Then you go to college, right? Your parents take every little bit of money they have, right? Get you in the right position. Make sure you're in school every day. Make sure you got clean clothes on your back, right? They got halfway decent jobs. They work for the telephone company. They work for the local government, right? So you go to college, right? You get a partial scholarship, okay? Everything's paid for. Your parents make sure that you have a nice dorm in your senior year or whatever it is, right? Okay? You get your degree. You work hard and get your degree, okay? Then you come into the game, and out of the gate, you're making $240,000, right? $240,000, you know what I'm saying? And some kind of computer engineering, some kind of engineering degree, whatever, PhD, something, biomedical, something, right? And you go get all this money, right? And then 2 years later, you're looking at your parents like, man, my parents are dirty and dusty. That's motherfucking disrespectful, nigga. That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because people put you in that position where you can get that money, right? Okay? You didn't have any more hustle than your great-grandfather, any more hustle than your grandfather, any more hustle than your dad, man. Okay? Than your moms. They had hustle to get out there and make sure you ate every day, make sure you went to school with clean, dry clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the hip hop community, you know what I'm saying? They put the work in, right? back in the 70s, I'm pretty sure, obviously there wasn't no established, there was an established music industry, yes, right, for the last 60 years before that. But there was no hip hop industry, right? They laughed at it, you know what I'm saying? So they had to prove themselves by working hard, you know what I'm saying? Booking their own shows, creating their own venues. Then you had the Silvermans or whatever it was that came through, you know what I'm saying? With the Sugar Hill Records and all of that. And you had those people break through after they broke through, right? To make sure that the artist had a little something, even though the record deals back then were very shiesty, not saying they are not now. But these people progressed and progressed, right? Other people got better deals. Then they got 50-50 deals. Then they got this, you know what I'm saying? Then they got all these different things now, these different avenues you can take. Then the fashion started coming in with the Sean John and the Fat Farm and all of that, right? Then the financing started to come in. We started the financing, have our own insurance for our own venues, okay? Then YouTube stuff coming in, right? Social media starts coming in. Then you can sit up in a chair, right? And run your mouth and speak on the everyday news that you wasn't getting because MTV News, remember MTV News? They used to do exactly what academics used to do, right? Without putting people against each other, anything like that. But MTV is basically owned by Rob Dyrdek now, right? He shites them into whatever, you know what I'm saying? So he left a gate open, right? MTV left the gate open, right? For YouTube to start playing music videos, World Star to start playing music videos. Then you got your commentary. You got your Joe Buttons that got kicked off the air, right? You got your, what's my man that moved to Atlanta? Got kicked off the air, got their own podcast now. You can make tons of money at home. Don't even have to leave the motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to leave the house, son. So yeah, I find it very disrespectful that you would go back and call pioneers and people who struggled in strife, you might as well say swept the hip hop floors, clean the hip hop windows, you know what I'm saying? Work for very low wages to make sure that the next man or the next kid coming up had a better record deal, right? They said no to these deals, no to that deal. That way the record company came back with a 50-50 deal for Birdman, you know what I'm saying? Or 90-10 as he says now, okay? So, yo, it's like this, man. That shit was just disrespectful, man. Yo, be grateful that you got your money now, that people came before you to sweep the hip-hop floors, man. Because if they didn't, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now, right? You know what I'm saying? And let other people start getting the control of the social media and all of that. The people that you want to vote for, I heard you say that on Vlad TV. When people take the people you want to vote for, let them get a hold, right? They're going to be on the forefront and you're going to black ass be in the back.